Have you ever felt like your weight loss journey has hit a wall? And I don't mean like a small obstacle. I mean a giant, impossible looking wall that seems like it's never going to move. Well, today I want to share one of my favorite stories from the Bible. The story of the Walls of Jericho, and why I believe it has everything to do with weight loss, personal growth, and overcoming challenges. Welcome back, Sassy Girl Dad fans. Let's jump right in. Now, if you've heard about the story about the Walls of Jericho from the Bible, it's one of the most famous stories found in the book of Joshua, chapter 6. The Israelites had finally reached the promised land, but there was one major problem standing in their way: a huge, fortified city called Jericho. The walls surrounding the city were massive. From a human perspective, there was no way you were going to get through them. Now, if you're planning a military attack, you'd probably expect God to tell you to build some siege weapons, attack the gates, I don't know, come up with some brilliant battle strategy. But in this story, that's not what happened. Instead, God told Joshua to have the people march around the city once a day for 6 days. The priests would carry the Ark of the Covenant and blow trumpets as they walked. Then, on the seventh day, they would march around the city 7 times. And then shout with all their might, and that the walls would then fall. And that's exactly what happened. The people followed God's instructions, and after that final shout, those giant walls came crashing down. Now, why do I love that story so much? Because I think it perfectly mirrors what many of us experience during a weight loss journey. Think about those first 6 days. Can you imagine being one of the Israelites on day 3 or 4? You've already marched around the city multiple times. You look up at the wall and nothing has changed. Not a crack, not a loose stone, not even a hint of anything has happened. It probably felt repetitive, frustrating, and probably even a little bit foolish. And honestly, isn't that exactly how it is when you're on a weight loss journey? And that's really sometimes how you can feel. You start eating healthier, you start walking every day, you start making better choices, you put in the work. Then you step on the scale and nothing. You look in the mirror, nothing. You wonder if any of this is even working. But then here's the lesson. Just because you can't see the wall cracking doesn't mean progress isn't happening. Underneath that surface, changes are taking place. Your habits are changing. Your body's adapting. Your health is improving. The work is happening long before you ever see any of the results. Another thing that I love about this story is that God didn't tell them to attack the wall with everything they had. He just told them to walk every day, the same simple action over and over and over again. And that's a powerful lesson for anyone trying to lose weight. There's so many people try to attack their weight loss journey with extreme diets, impossible workout schedules, and drastic life changes. And they all go all out for, a few weeks and then end up burning out. But lasting success usually comes from simple and consistent actions repeated over time. Drinking more water, taking a daily walk, choosing healthier foods, getting more sleep. Nothing flashy, nothing dramatic. Just showing up every day and taking another lap around the wall, no matter how you feel. Then, all of a sudden comes the 7th day. The day things get harder before the breakthrough. The Israelites didn't just walk once that day. They walked 7 times. 7. On a weight loss journey, this is what some might call a plateau. You've been doing everything right, but then suddenly progress slows down. The excitement all fades, the scale stops moving, you really start to question everything. But maybe that's not a signal to quit. Maybe that's your seventh day. Maybe you're closer to your breakthrough than you realize. One of my favorite details from this story is that Joshua instructed the people not to speak while they marched. No shouting, no arguing, no responding to any of the people on the wall. Just silence. Now, let's think about that for a moment. The soldiers in Jericho were probably laughing at them, mocking them, calling them crazy, and, maybe some of them got called fat too. Who knows? But the Israelites didn't engage. They just kept walking. And that applies to weight loss as well. There will always be noise. People who don't understand your goals, people who might tempt you to give up, people who tell you it won't work. I fell in all of those myself before. And sometimes the loudest critic is the voice in your own head, reminding you of every failed attempt that you've ever had. Sometimes the best thing you can do is follow your own rule of silence. Just don't argue. Don't defend yourself. Don't give energy to the negativity. Just keep marching. Keep walking. Keep showing up. Keep taking the next step. The walls of Jericho didn't fall on day 1. They didn't fall even halfway through day 7. They fell only after the people faithfully completed the process. So, if you're on a weight loss journey today and it feels like your wall is still standing, don't quit. Keep walking. Keep showing up and trust the process. Because one day, if you stay consistent, that wall that's been standing in front of you for so long will come crashing down. And when it does, you'll realize that every single lap was worth it. Now, if this message spoke to you, let me know in the comments. What wall are you currently trying to bring down in your life? And if you're on your own weight loss journey, please hit that subscribe button and join us as we keep taking one lap at a time. And until next time, take care, God bless, and please know we all love you. Have a great day.